Hello princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today I am happy to look at a brand new product from Drunk Elephant. This is the Drunk Elephant O-Bloos Rosi Drops. Now, before we get into it, let's just confront the drunk elephant in the room. Ha ha ha. When we hear drunk elephant, well, if you're anything like me, and I think you are, you think skincare. As a matter of fact, my entire skincare routine at the moment, right now, is Drunk Elephant products morning and night. So I absolutely have brand trust. I like what they do for my skin. And I have talked about in a former video my current skincare routine. So actually I will link that below for you to see. But interestingly enough, Drunk Elephant has decided to have a go at a little bit of a cosmetic skincare hybrid. And why not, really? I mean, that seems to be the hot thing right now. My favorite foundations, light coverage foundations for summer, by Huda and by Tarte are mixing in skincare ingredients. We're seeing Charlotte Tilbury do it. Everybody's doing it, right? So if you're a skincare brand, it's logical. And so what Drunk Elephant has done is they have created this multi-use, essentially makeup or cosmetic product. So I have no blush on right now. We're going to try it on, but I'm going to tell you all the different ways that Drunk Elephant suggests that we can use it in case you have heard about this new release. I picked it up off their site, but I bet it's going to be available in a bunch of other places, including if you're in the US, Sephora very soon. But I will make sure to update my links below so that you can find it. Okay, let's talk about it. So first of all, if you speak probably German or Dutch, please feel free to correct my pronunciation. I believe it's pronounced O-Bloos, but you please tell me if it isn't. Basically a word meaning blushing or flushed. So like I said, please feel free to correct me if I am wrong. And these are Rosi R-O-S-I drops. The O in the Bloos stands for Omega. This is a watery, listen to it. Oh, you can't hear it, but it is it is watery and buildable and can be used, well, it can be used anywhere, but their suggested usage is to give a flush to the cheeks. You're supposed to shake it before you use it, and you can just pat it onto the cheeks or work it in with a blender or a brush or however you like to do it. It is a peachy pink color, and we're going to compare it to a few others that are in its realm, but I want to talk about what makes this different. Besides it being buildable and kind of sheer, it's supposed to give a just flushed, like you just ran, well, if you're me, if you just ran a block, but maybe some of you that are more fit, if you just ran a mile. But the thing about Drunk Elephant that you may not know is they have these things called smoothies. Well, they don't have them, but they advocate these things called smoothies. And smoothies are when you take many of their skincare products and mix them together to build your own. So you can put a hydration in with your retinol, you can put a vitamin C in with et cetera, et cetera. And one of the ones, they say you can do that and just kind of rosy up your complexion. I tend to look a little bit ruddy sometimes, so I'm not sure I'd want to do that. But they had one really cool idea. They said that this can be mixed in, I mean, it can be used as a blush or mixed in kind of for an all-over look. Especially, they have kind of a bronzing liquid. I've never tried it, so I don't have it here, darn it. But they have kind of a bronze that they sell, and they say if you mix that in, it makes kind of a rosy bronze, sun-kissed look all over the face, and I bet that would be beautiful. I want to try it on here, and then I want to look at it compared to, oh, I've got a whole host of things we're going to look at it. We are dealing with the summer of the blush, and it is really the summer of the liquid blush. So let's take a look at this. The way it works, as you saw, you're going to twist off that top, of course, and then we have a little squeezy dispenser. Let us dispense it together and take a look there. So you can see that it's about, the drop is about to fall there. It is a very kind of watery, consistent drop, but if you can see, it's not going down my hand that fast. So it's thinner than some and thicker than others. It's very cooling on the hand. I have not used this yet. Almost looks like, if anything, it might have a little bit of a metallic sheen to it. Let me turn around my mirror and let's give this a try. Okay, so I have nothing on my cheeks now. I see I'm making a light on my face, darn it. Okay, I have nothing on my cheeks now, so I'm just gonna pat it right there. And then I'm using the viewfinder a bit too. Just kind of pat it onto my skin. I have a little bit of a dewy, I think I have the Huda GloWish as a foundation today. So it's a bit dewy to begin with, but I don't think it's throwing us off too much here. And I just stuck some on. I'm gonna put on a little bit more just so we can, I'm even putting it across the bridge of the nose. Pardon me as I look into the viewfinder and not at you. I'm using that more than my mirror. Let's put on a little bit more, shake it up. Put on a little bit more just so we can really get the full effect and you can really see it. I don't mind overdoing it just a little bit. I am rubbing in very, very gently. Please do not worry. I am not pulling at my skin. I'm just kind of almost patting this in, especially because Drunk Elephant says this can kind of be mixed in with skincare and go all over the face. I don't feel that I have to be that exact with my placement. It's not going to give me that Aunt Sally hugely blushing glow, and I see that it isn't, which is kind of nice. I feel like I can just kind of pat it all into my cheeks, looking in the viewfinder again, sorry guys. I feel like I can just kind of pat it into my cheeks and it's getting kind of an overall slightly not shimmery. What would we call it? Let's take a look at it on my arm and then we can kind of see here. So I will zoom you in, but there it is on my arm. It looks a little bit metallic, but when we spread it out, it isn't, and then it flushes. Watch it go here on my arm in the swatch. You can see that it just kind of blends into, let me just keep blending, and it's just gonna kind of blend into just kind of a rosy hue. Really that no makeup look that we discussed. It brings to mind quite a few items, I do have to admit. This product by Drunk Elephant does bring to mind the Benefit Benetint. However, that Benefit Benetint kind of has a bit of a scent to it. And it's much more watery with a paintbrush application. The Benefit Benetint now also comes with a different applicator. It's kind of been updated to a doe foot. This, as you know, is a squeezy tube and it's a little bit thicker. The Benefit Benetint is a little bit thinner. The Drunk Elephant has 0 scent, literally 0. When we look at something like the Charlotte Tilbury Tinted Love, that is a doe foot applicator. Very, very different idea. So I'm not really comparing them too much. Maybe in the substance, we could look at Victoria Beckham's Bitten Lip Tint. Surratt came out with one here that kind of comes up off the little thing. I mean, that could be used too, but that's really supposed to be used primarily as a blush. Bite has their impossible to use, bless their hearts, squeezy tube, which is a much thicker, more mousse-like. And the same with Lisa Eldridge's new, easy to use, but thicker and more mousse-like. This is kind of unique in the fact for a few reasons. Number one, I have it on now, and I bet you kind of can't tell, but I think that's the point. It's just supposed to give me a little bit of a flush, unlike the Pat McGrath powder blushes that I've been using, and even the new Lisa Eldridge's, which pack a beautiful summer blush punch. This is definitely, I actually probably would not be afraid to use this all over my face, blended in with a moisturizer or those bronzing drops that Drunk Elephant makes or others. I do not feel flushed even on my cheeks. I just look like I have a little bit more awake and alive, and I need that a lot of days. And I suppose you could do that with the Benefit Benetint, but I like this better. I like the fact that it's water and you shake it up. It's got that skincare ingredients in it and buildable, but I like that you can mix this. I actually think I probably would mix this in. You could mix this in with a sunscreen. You can mix this in with a bronzer, any sort of thing that you're using to tan up your face this summer. I actually think this is a fun little product. And when I first got it, I thought it would kind of be like, meh, you know, because we have so many liquidy blushes, but this is really more than a liquid blush. And I'm kind of into it. In fact, before we go, let's just try. Let's see what happens. They say you can put this all over, and I do have foundation on, but let's just go for it because it's a very light foundation, and let's just see what happens as I apply this. Again, I'm being very gentle, I promise. As I apply this over my foundation, I have on the Huda GloWish, and I wasn't even using my mirror. So do I look too flushed? I don't think so, do I? So it's almost like, I mean, I should have blended that. I should have, of course, mixed that with the foundation first. had I done things in the right order, but that's no fun, is it? So what do you guys think? What an interesting little product. I kind of like it, but now I want to know what you think. Had you even heard that this was released? PRINTcesses, is it on your list? Did it spark your interest? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below and tell me. If you did enjoy this video, I hope you did, please give me a thumbs up. And my goodness, if you haven't already done so, I'm knocking over makeup here. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video.